I love that. I love seeing that behind you there. That's cool. All right, so National Guard, working on discipline, fitness, that kind of stuff. Obviously, that had to be beneficial. Uh, Talk to me a little bit more about your senior year. Is there kind of a difference between those who might be going into the Guard versus somebody who might be going straight workforce versus somebody who might be going college? Is there a different mindset?
There definitely is, depending on the route you want to take. Like I had a couple of friends of mine. They wanted to go straight into the workforce afterwards. And so they mainly focused on your trade jobs, like your trade courses, like architecture, construction, HVAC, welding. I don't think they had mechanic then. No, they didn't have linemen, or I'm pretty sure a bunch of people would have done linemen. Um, but so they kind of focused more on the trade courses and trying to get that under their belt so that way they could get just jump straight in. And then the others that wanted to go to university, like me, we focus more on the arts, like the liberal arts, like the Englishes, the histories, the uh art, pretty much, stuff like that. Kind of like the general courses you needed to get out the way, so that way you could get into the specialized courses when you got to university. Um, and then there was a few that I think it was me, Underwood, Win, um, was it Brandon?
Hmm.
Yeah, we three were the ones that went through training together for that junior and senior year and did all that. And there definitely, if you know you're going back to training, there is some like I don't want this year to be over because it's rough. Training's rough. It's supposed to be. And so there was kind of this feeling that I really just didn't want this year to end because I knew what was waiting for me when I was done. And then when I got done with that, I knew, okay, well, now I start university uh courses that generally I wouldn't start for another 2 years. So I kind of need to know what I want to do.
Right.
And so there is like a difference in the route you're wanting to take.
Gotcha. All right. So I see that Liberty degree there on the wall. Tell me more.
Actually, that is number, if we're not counting away Georgetown, because I do not have that one hung up here, that's actually number two.
Okay.
The number three, you kind of can't see it's up here, or the number one kind of up here. That's from UNC Pembroke. That's where I got my undergrad from in history, was at Pembroke. And then the Liberty one is my master's in history from obviously Liberty. And I'm actually working on a graduate certificate in biblical studies right now. And
Lo-
so
You love learning, man.
I do. My end goal, honestly, is to try to work my way to like a professor position at either a technical school or a university. Um, Obviously, I know that's a doctorate and all that stuff, but I've got a little bit of time before I need to get that one.
Right. Started everything younger.
Yeah.
That helps.
Um, and it also helps too. Like that's why I'm wearing the hat. I had to represent the school that I'm teaching at right now for a
Of
little
course.
while. Um, I started at Wilson this year. Last year, I was at Conway Middle.
Okay.
And so I was looking for a high school, and obviously in Horry County, it's hard to get a social studies
Right.
position at a high school in Horry County. And so Wilson had an opening. I'm like, well, I'll make the drive.
Good for you. Opportunity only knocks so many times. Uh,
Yep.
so that part's great. Proud of you. Uh, all right. So we kind of end on two questions. Number one, what advice would you give the ninth graders? You know, they just started this journey. What advice do you give them? Number two, what advice do you give those seniors who are finishing things up? You know, they're 2 months out from graduation.
So I'll start with the seniors. Um, because it's obviously a little bit more prevalent for them. Uh, if you don't have your head on straight, get it on fast, because there is a catch side to going early college. Um, Usually you get 2 years after high school to kind of like figure out what you want to do. You don't have that if you go to early college. Like it's you either you're going straight into your core classes at university, you're going to Uncle Sam, or you're going into the workforce. So you need to have your head on straight for starters. Um, have some idea of where you want to start, but don't let that be the only thing. Because I mean, I flip flopped. I couldn't tell you how many times between different careers before I found something that I enjoy. And so don't be afraid to mess up at what your plan was. Um, the saying is, tell the big man your plans to hear him laugh. There's something else in store for you. Be willing to take the blows because you're going to get hit from time to time, and eventually you'll find yourself in a spot you want to be in. Um, that's what I'll probably tell my seniors and my freshmen. It's rough. Like I'm gonna be straight with you. It's rough. It's a different world. You're gonna meet people that you will remember for the rest of your life. Like I still hang out with two of my closest friends from early college. I see them just about every weekend. Um, then you're also going to meet people you think you're going to be with for the rest of your life, and you just don't talk to them anymore. That's just the way life works. Don't get tied down by drama because when you like, there's something about that middle school drama following you into high school. Don't let it. Like it's pointless. It's a new place, new people, new start. Nobody knows you other than people that came with you. Nobody knows you. You can be whoever you want to be. All right, so don't get bogged down from that, and then don't slack. Like, don't be me. I was definitely a slacker. I was 100% a slacker. You can ask Mr. Chappell. It was an interesting time when I was in his class. Um, but again, don't. I mean, that's the best advice I can give you. Uh, put your head down and go because you're gonna have to. Eventually, you'll hit the senior mark, and then you'll be like, "Oh, that wasn't that bad." While you're doing it, you might think it's rough, but it won't be. I promise.
Great advice. All right, so hang on the call here for just a minute. I'll stop the recording. I want to talk to you about a couple things.
All right.